I'm speaking with Michael Giacchino here today. Michael, thank you so much for your time.
Absolutely. Happy to be here.
Tonight's a special night for education through music, and you're part of this organization. What does, I guess, music through education mean to you in your world and your life?
I don't know. For me, just to think about kids going through an educational system without music is wrong. It just seems wrong. I mean, they treat music like it's some sort of luxury or a bonus that you get just because, oh, you've been good so you can have music, and it's really not. It's as necessary as math, science, and history and everything else you can name on the board. They all work together, and no one is more or less important than the other. And when you start taking out things like music and art, you're taking the wheels off the car. So for me, to be a part of this organization, it's all about keeping all the wheels on the car. Yeah. I am so proud of that, and especially proud of what Victoria has done over the years. It's been a lot of fun.
So when did music enter your life? I mean, was it a big part of your childhood? Did you come really early into music?
I mean, it's always been in my household. My father had the greatest record collection ever, that spanned every sort of genre of music you can imagine. So I was exposed to so many different styles of music from a very young age. And as I grew older, of course, I loved movies and started getting into film scores. And I devoured film scores like crazy as soon as, probably Pink Panther was one of the first records that I had, Henry Mancini, and that sort of set the tone for me. That, and then what he did for Peter Gunn and all of that. My dad had all those albums, and then of course Star Wars came out, and that was sort of just solidified everything for me. So music's been around my life forever.
I mean, have you talked to JJ as he's going through that process right now?
Oh yeah, definitely. Actually, I went and I hung out with him while they were shooting. I got to go to the set and we were together. It was a blast to see him working and see all the stuff that I can't tell you that I saw, which was so amazing. And
I mean, how does it feel to have John Williams kind of break your collaboration with JJ like that?
Oh, it's fine with
like
me. I don't mind. I mean, it was never. I never wanted to do it. I always felt like, if I'm going to see a Star Wars movie, it better have John Williams music in it. So I have no hard feelings about it at all. I actually love it, and I'm so happy that John is back writing for Star Wars. To me, that is one of the big reasons why I'm even here doing this. So
I mean, because one of your first scores was the Lost World video game, so you were kind of, and now you're doing a Jurassic Park
World.
movie.
Yeah,
so,
I know, it's kind of strange.
That's like a full circle thing.
Life is very strange. Yeah.
So I mean, how do you treat a movie like that? I mean, I know you can't. It's still next summer, but I mean, when you're approaching the score, and I'm sure you're working on it right now, like. It's such a famous theme, such a famous movie. It's in part of all of our world.
Those kinds of things are all dictated by the story of the film, and it's almost you can't even have the conversations until you look at the film and see what the film needs.
Right.
The film may or may not need that, and we'll just figure it out when we get there.
Was that you on the trailer and the teaser?
No, I didn't. I was busy working on Inside Out with Pete, so I wasn't a part of that. But it was, those things that have pre-existing themes. You just gotta watch the film and see what it needs. So we'll see.
And I remember in another interview you always talked about how music for you is kind of your reaction to the story. So I mean, do you not even get involved in the script phase? Do you really wait till
I try not to. Now I work with a lot of friends who are filmmakers, so they sometimes insist that I read what they're about to shoot and we talk about it. But whenever possible, I try not to. I'd rather just kind of see a semi-finished version of it to get an idea of what they're trying to say.
Right.
The problem is if I read a script before I see the film, I have an idea in my head of how I would do it.
Because you kind of came from that.
I
did short films.
Movies. I went to film school. I did all of that, and so for me, it's dangerous to read something, because I want it to be purely visually their vision. I want to get their story, what they're trying to tell, and not so much inflict my own ideas onto them. So it's better just to see the movie.
And you have another great film coming up, Jupiter Ascending, which I cannot wait for.
Yeah, it's really a fun movie. That was really a blast. I mean, I love working with the Wachowskis.
Oh my God,
They're incredible. They're probably the nicest, smartest people you'll ever meet in your life, and they're just wonderful, warm, incredible people. And the movie's a lot of fun. So
you got to build a whole universe from scratch because it's a completely kind of new idea and everything. So that must have been fun.
Absolutely. No, it was wonderful. It's when you're a part of something that is an original idea, it's always special. And it's so weird to say that these days, that working on something original is actually special. That's strange, but it really is. And they make really special movies, very interesting and thoughtful movies.
Well, Michael, thank you so much for your time. I want to let you get back to the event. Thanks so much for talking today.
Absolutely. Great to be here.
Thank you.
Thank you.